Shay, it's almost Halloween. What's the scariest movie you've ever watched?
That's a complicated question because there's different types of scary. Like there's fun scary.
Yeah.
I really like fun scary. Yeah. Like Friday the 13th is fun scary.
Yeah.
Right? But then there's unsettling scary, which is
so like Hereditary, etc.
Hereditary is awful. Yeah. Awful, but like you watch it and you go, this is a good movie. I'm never going to watch it again ever. Same with Midsommar. Like the unsettling scary to me is like, it's just too uncomfortable and I don't enjoy it. The most like profoundly scared I've ever been in a movie. And this is a dumb answer.
Okay.
And I know it's dumb going into it. But the most genuinely afraid I ever was in a movie theater was during the movie Signs.
Yeah.
The M. Night Shyamalan, the Alien movie.
One of the great jump scare movies of all time. There's really only one jump scare in it, but it's so good.
I'm sure you're talking about the part when Joaquin Phoenix is in the closet watching the news on TV, and they say, we have footage of what we think is an alien.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to play it. Just be forewarned, like this is pretty terrifying. And it's like some kids at a birthday party and they're screaming that there's something down the alleyway. And it's like the music is building and Joaquin is watching on the TV and he's like, the kids are speaking Spanish. So he's like, muévete. Like he's trying to get them out of the way. And then the alien, right at the exact perfect moment, you just see him walk across. Like he just steps and walks through the alley. And that's it. That's all that it is. But I remember watching that and being like, oh, fuck, aliens are real and they're here and they're going to get me. I was at the theater with Laramie. I was holding nachos while I'm watching this. And it's the only time I ever made a noise in a movie theater. I went, oh, like that. And like bobbled the nachos like a goddamn cartoon character. But man, that got me. I assume you asked this because you have one.
Like you, I used to like live in the video store. And you know, it was basically just my mom and my grandma who raised us. My mom was working all the time. And my grandma was, you know, the great thing, a grandma raising you is like a permanent substitute teacher where it's just like, you get all the positive stuff. Yeah. And like, there's absolutely no crackdown. Like I knew exactly how to, I knew exactly how to get out of any repercussions with my grandma. So my mom got me put me on the account at the video store that was just like walking distance from the house. So I just would go and rent anything with a scary cover. Like as a kid, anything that had that I heard was scary or that had like any kind of creepy cover and just watch it. And so at this point in my life, like I don't get scared by anything, but the scaredest I ever was from a movie, I rented The Exorcist and I watched it. I got really creeped out.
Oh, man.
I was probably like 10 years old. I rented The Exorcist. And then I went to my grandma and I went, hey, so like Satan or a demon like coming into your body and taking you over and like that can't happen, right? In real life, that's not real. And she went, oh no, that's real. That's 100% real. She's like, no, that's 100% real. Back in the Philippines, like they used to have to do exorcisms. Like I've seen them. And I was just like, oh no. And it messed me up for a long time. That scared me for a long time.
Because you can't defend against that.
No, you can't.
There's no scouting report.
You can't.
Like Michael Myers, there's a scouting report.
You just
Freddy, you're like, I got to just stay awake forever. But poor Linda Blair was just hanging out at her house. Man, she went some archaeologists dig up a thing
in Egypt,
50,000 miles away.
It was nuts.
And like, oh no.
Oh man.
Let's start the show. You want to start
the show?
From Wondery, I'm Shea Serrano.
And I'm Jason Concepcion.
And this is 6 Trophies.
Hello, I'm Jason Concepcion, and welcome to 6 Trophies, a podcast series hosted by myself and Shea Serrano. In it, we comb through all the NBA news from the past week and then hand out 6 pop culture-themed trophies for 6 basketball-related activities. This episode, Asia Wilson defends her crown. Boo. Steph Curry tries the impossible. It's looking real tough in Washington. All that and more. Let's hand out some trophies.
That music has become so important to me already.
Yeah.
I want to play it when I wake up the kids in the morning, like just through the house as loud as possible. That's the wake up music. We do 2 sets of trophies. It's the big trophies and the little trophies. The big trophies are up first. Usually, not this time though, because what we need to say is we're recording this before the Tuesday night games. So there's going to be nothing in this episode that talks about the Tuesday night games, but we're still going to talk about them right now. Like we had seen them. Wasn't that crazy, Jason? The Denver Nuggets and Los Angeles Lakers basketball game?
That was a wonderful basketball game that took place inside of a basketball arena. I was really impressed with the players.
Yeah, the shots that were taken, some good, some bad. The fouls, some good, some bad. It was really captivating, and I thought says a lot about what's going to happen this season, or it doesn't say anything at all.
What about the second game?
Oh, wow. Equally important.
I think so.
And great that when the one player was like, he's like, and the other guy was like, no. And then the thing happened, like really shout out those players.
I just want to also say, because I think a lot of people might have missed it during the game, that that moment where the coaches were coaching was really, it was inspiring for a lot of reasons that I won't get into right now.
Right. So for both of those games, we both want to say like congratulations for that great thing that happened, or man, it sucks that bad thing happened, or it's pretty boring and like indifferent. What are you going to do? Okay, let's get to the trophies. First up, the Denzel Washington and Training Day Trophy, given out to whoever it was who had the best overall performance of the week. This week's winner, A'ja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces.
Boo! Whatever.
Let's be clear here, Jason.
Sure.
Let's be clear. Breanna Stewart is one of the greatest basketball players the
She's
WNBA
probably
has ever
injured.
seen.
She's. I'm waiting on that injury.
2-time league champion, 2-time league MVP, 2-time finals MVP, 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-WNBA first team, rookie of the year, scoring leader, all defensive first team, one of the greats. She can do it all. She can do every single thing. ESPN had her listed, in fact, as the best player in the league at the start of this season, and they weren't alone. Here's the thing, though, Jason. I don't want to hear it anymore, because there's a woman wandering around the desert covered in blood and scars, a burlap sack thrown over her shoulder full of human skulls and human femurs, just clanking around. Just clanking. The sound of death echoing out with every step she takes. She's wearing a number 22 jersey and a leg sleeve. I don't want to hear anybody's name come out of anybody's mouth besides A'ja Wilson's name anymore when we're talking about the greatest player in the game today, when we're talking about the most valuable player in the game today, when we're talking about the most important player in the WNBA today. Is A'ja Wilson. It's done. It's over. We just watched the coronation. You can't pick anybody else over her anymore. Not until someone walks into her arena when all of the lights are on and all the money is on the table and the stakes are the highest, and then cuts her head off in front of everyone. Because that's what she's been doing for the past 2 years. The woman has not lost a playoff series since October 2021, Jason. Everyone, every single person who has stood in front of her has died by her hand. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. There's no argument to be made. This is A'ja Wilson's league. Everyone else is just playing in it.
Here's what I have to say. And this is just like a small tweak for the way things are done. I think if you win in a road team's arena, you win the championship, you should have to go like across the street to celebrate. Like you can't do it in there. I don't think that's right. That's all. I just don't think it's right to do that there in front of those fans, Mark Davis coming out, dancing and stuff. I just think it's inflammatory and it just can't lead to anything good. Just go like across the street, just rent a hall, like or like a WeWork or something across the street. Go over there and go crazy. No one's saying don't celebrate. Just don't do it in the road arena. That's all I have to say.
No, we're gonna celebrate. This is the spoils of victory, sir. Asia Wilson went through the postseason. 200 points, 100 rebounds. It's only the second time in WNBA history that a player rung up 200 points and 100 rebounds in the postseason. Do you know who the first person to ever do it was, Jason?
Who?
Asia Wilson. She also was she did it the year before. She's done it 2 years in a row. She has 24 and 16 to close out the series. First ever player to have two 2015 games in the finals. She spearheaded her team to the greatest season in WNBA history. Caps it off with an on the road, missing their starting point guard, missing their starting center, down by 12 in the second half. And what does Asia do? She just fucking goes nuts. She does what Asia does.
I have one more thing to say. Becky Hammond, you traitor. You know,
no,
Becky,
that's Spurs royalty Becky, right there. There's direct
Becky,
lineage.
A problematic person and a traitor. And let me just say this: I'm mad at Becky for calling really smart timeouts all the time. Your team's already better, okay? That's fine, but every time the Liberty go on a run, Becky's there with a really smart timeout to kill the momentum, and it's just fucking annoying. It's annoying. Let's do the next trophy.
I don't want to do the next trophy yet.
I'm mad at Becky
We're going to
Hammond.
sit in this.
I'm mad at the Aces. I'm mad at Asia.
Sit in this for a second.
I'm mad at Kelsey Plum. I'm mad at that entire team, that entire squad.
Shout out the Las Vegas Aces. Shout out Asia Wilson, the greatest player in the game. All right, now we can do next trophy. Let's do next trophy. The Lauryn Hill, you might win some, but you just lost one trophy. Give it out to Breonna Stewart in the New York Liberty.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, that's not there. The Lauryn Hill, you might win some, but you just lost one trophy. Given out to the player team who had the worst performance of the week. Jason, give it away. Give the trophy.
It's everybody on the Washington Wizards who is not Jordan Poole or Kyle Kuzma. Listen. Here's the thing that doesn't really matter, right? There was a clip from the preseason game, Wizards, Knicks, in which Jordan Poole went freaking crazy for 41 points.
Crazy.
Wizards youngster Denny Avia, who just signed a contract extension, is seen, gesticulating at the fact that he's not getting the ball as Jordan Poole is dancing around the perimeter. Jordan Poole was asked about it. He said, "Listen, that's not a big deal. I've been punched in the face by a teammate. The guy just gesturing, not a big deal." And it is not a big deal. But here's the thing: the Wizards have a bunch of dudes who need that next contract. A lot of journeyman guys, Tyus Jones, DeLon Wright, Danilo Gallinari, guys who just like, hey, I got to score a little bit because I need that money next year. And some, young guys on club options. Corey Kispert, Denny just, as mentioned, just signed a contract extension. But here's what's going to happen. Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma are going to take like 40 shots combined every game. Here's the thing. You know that Jordan Poole would love to win the scoring trophy this year.
So badly.
He would love to do it.
He would be so happy. He'd be so happy.
He would absolutely love to do it. Coming out of last season with Golden State, where everything just kind of crumbled, he was like the headliner of their 2-track strategy, where they were trying to keep the core of Dre and Clay and Curry going by injecting like young guys into it. And Poole was like they gave him big money, and he was like the guy that was gonna do it. And to be fair to him, he won them some stuff. Like, he was an important player for them for a period. And then, of course, the punch and everything kind of fell apart. And he would love to show everybody, hey, look what they messed up when they chose Dre over me. They kind of messed up because look at this. He would love to score big points. And Kyle Kuzma is going to be taking shots. Everybody else looking for that ball, you better keep looking, because I don't think it's going to be circulating around that much. It's really not going to be circulating that much.
I was always halfway in, halfway out with Jordan Poole. Like, do I like watching this guy play? Do I not like watching this guy play? Whatever. And then I read Logan Murdoch. Yeah. Shout out Logan. Had a really good profile of Jordan that ran at the Ringer a couple of days ago. And it happened. What happened with me was like when I watch a documentary about a player that I don't know like a ton about. Like when I watched the David Beckham documentary, I never had cared about David Beckham before then, and then I was like, I would give my life for David Beckham. Like I would lay it all on the line for David Beckham. And now after I read Logan's piece, I like really care about Jordan Poole, and I'm really rooting for him, and I really want him to do well this season.
As a partner to a fervent Wizards fan, I also want Jordan Poole to do well this season. But he's a hot, cold guy. Preseason, he went 1 for 15, then he went 10 for 19, then he went 2 for 13, then he went 6 for 13. My dude is going to be up and
7 points into 41 points.
My dude's going to be up and down. But one thing that's always going to be there, FGAs, baby. Always going to be high.
The Washington Wizards have not made it, past the second round of the playoffs in 40 years.
Gotta be since
like
the Gil-Arenas.
35 years, 1978.
Those Gil-Arenas teams kept getting killed by LeBron, and then even after him, it's been.
That's 45 years.
It's been a time.
Do they make it past the second round this year?
No.
Is this
no?
the year?
They don't even make the play.
Okay.
They don't make the
Okay.
playoffs. They're going to win
like
33 games, 35 games this year. They're not even gonna smell the play-in.
All right, next trophy. The Dominic Toretto I Live My Life a Quarter Mile at a Time trophy, given out to whoever it is who made a short-term decision with no regard for future consequence. This week's winner, Steph Curry, doing the jump ball against Wemby. I really love it. Oh, he played it. He remembered. Zuri remembered.
This is like Jordan Poole going 1 for 15 and then going for 41 in the next game.
For anybody who this is their first episode of 6 trophies, we have a soundbite that Zuri, our producer, is supposed to play every time he hears the name Wemby. He's supposed to play it. And in last week's episode, he missed it again. Zuri, every time. It's too late.
It was late on the shot clock, but he made it. But it's still in his hand.
So Jason and I were very curious. Is he going to play it when we get to this section? And he was ready.
I love it.
Zuri, play some applause for yourself,
yeah.
Zuri. Applause for Zuri. Applause for Zuri.
You know what this play reminded me of? This play reminded me of Pop in the preseason, that famous moment where, Shaq had been complaining about the hack-a-Shaq. He didn't like it. He was mad at everybody for hack-a-Shaqing him. And then Pop hack-a-Shaqs him like in the first play of the game. And now Steve Kerr putting Steph against Wemby. It kind of reminded me of that, like a cute moment. But I just want to say, I just want to say, there's a world, there's an alternate universe that's not too far from here where somebody is mad at this. Respect the game. Yeah, listen, I'm all for having fun, but you got to respect the game, okay? It's not a joke. Guys work really hard to get to the NBA. They're working all the time. And you can't just disrespect the game by putting a 6'3" guy against the 7'4" guy.
I loved it.
Really funny. It was really funny.
Pop doing the hack-a-Shaq thing on Shaq after Shaq complained about it. He did that. It wasn't in the preseason. It was in a regular season. It was it was the start of the season. The first 5 seconds into it, he did it, and then he gives him 2 thumbs up and so laughs. Funny. And
Shaq laughed too. Shaq laughed.
Shaq laughed. Shaq is great. But watching Steph get in there to do the jump ball, 2 things stood out. Number 1, he genuinely really wanted to win. Like, he looked so focused and serious, more than he has looked at any point in any preseason game, probably since this very first preseason. He was like, I'm going to go get this shit. That's what I want to do right now. So that stands out. But also what stands out to me is that this says the biggest basketball stars on the planet, they look at Wemby and they're like, I kind of want to be around this kid right now. I want to be around this kid right now. I want to be around this kid right now. And also, everyone this season is going to be headhunting. They're all going to want that.
They got that.
They're all going to want.
They got the wanted poster in the locker room. They're like, big game hunting for this guy.
Yes. Like when Yao showed up. And Kobe got him. Kobe was like, I'm going to go get him. I'm gonna go get him. That's what's gonna happen, and it's awesome. It's really great to me because it's clear everybody likes him, and it's clear he's going about things
the right way.
In a way that feels the right way. Like he's working hard. Everybody sees it. Everybody respects it. It's
who
great.
Gets him?
It's so great.
Who gets him? If you had to put odds on it, who gets him this year?
You know what? I think Kai Jones got him in the preseason in our first game in the Hornets. But in the regular season, I think it's going to be a guard is what's going to happen. And I don't think it's going to be a dunk because he's out there playing defense on the perimeter. I think someone's going to yep and send him one way. It won't be Steph Curry making Rudy Gobert fucking spin around in a circle level. It won't be that. But somebody's going to cross him up. I would guess I'm going to go Donovan Mitchell. That's my pick.
Oh, I like that.
Donovan Mitchell is my pick for. He's going to be the first person to get Wemby. Who do you got?
You know what? I'm going to go with that. I like that.
All right, great. I purposely, as I was going through that, made sure not to say his name the whole time.
I know. We got to
But
think about time.
But then I said it. I said it on the last one, and he didn't. And Zuri didn't play it. So what are you gonna do? We're working. He's hot. He's cold. Next trophy, the Daniel Plainview. I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy trophy, which we give out to whoever it is we are temporarily giving up on for the week.
I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy.
That's so stupid every time.
I forced us this week to give this to the MSG legal team. I'd like to update some people on some really wacky stuff going on with the legal department attached to the New York Knicks and the Rangers, etc. Some people may know, Shea, you might know, that the New York Knicks, the MSG legal department, is using facial recognition to ban all lawyers working for firms who are currently involved in litigation against MSG under the logic that if they're in the building, they might get intelligence that they could use in the court case. And like a autocratic regime somewhere are using facial recognition to immediately ban people. In addition to that, the New York Knicks are also suing Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, the owner of the Raptors, because one of their ex-staff members, ex-coaches, then left the team and then went to the Raptors, and they're accusing this particular person of stealing proprietary information and delivering it to the Raptors as if the Knicks somehow have like blueprints to some secret fusion reactor that if it gets out could harm national security. And they're suing the Raptors over this, the owners of the Raptors. Now, here's what's weird. Usually when stuff like this happens, you just go to the league and say, hey, could you just deal with this? The Knicks have decided to like put it on the street and actually file a lawsuit. The Raptors have said, okay, you guys are really weird because everybody, and we would like the court to dismiss this because everybody else just goes through the league. You guys are putting this out there purely to embarrass us and just be like super weirdos about it. Stop doing this. And Adam Silver was asked about it. He said, yeah, I guess like at some point, like I might be asked to talk about this, so I can't really comment. Anyway, MSG legal department, stop being so, why are you doing this? Stop being so bizarre. You guys are being weird.
Super weirdos.
And by the way, Shea, I have a theory. James Dolan has always kind of been weird about the fact that the Knicks traded for Bargnani and were eminently fleeced by the Raptors in that deal. He's always been weird about it, as evidenced by the fact that no Knicks executive has ever stood up and been like, yeah, that was my idea. It has been widely reported that it was James Dolan's idea. And then Dolan, as if to prove that he had been, knows he had been fleeced, tried to hire Masai Ujiri, GM, chief executive of the Raptors, away. It didn't work. I think this all stems from that. I think he has a weird thing about the Raptors and is just like, I don't like them. And if you go to work for them from here, like I'm mad. I'm mad about it and I will be mad about it. I think they're absolutely right.
I think it's just so much fun that you just hijacked the whole segment while also wearing a New York Knicks hat.
Listen,
and New York Knicks colored sweatshirt.
Here's one of the great things about the Knicks being good. I have very little time to care about weird other stuff. When they're bad, all the weird other stuff related to the team and James Dolan's ownership of the team becomes very present in my mind. Now, when they're good, I only save it for the 5 minutes here where I have to give out an award for somebody either losing or doing something weird. And that's it. And that's it. Now I can move on and think about how they're going to be good this season.
Next trophy. The Chief Keef, that's that shit I don't like trophy, which is given out to a thing that we don't like it, a thing that happened and we don't like it. This week's winner, Steven Adams, needs season-ending surgery.
Yikes. I don't like it at all.
Booze. No applause, booze.
The Grizzlies really don't like it because now they're Brandon Clark, who's also out, although who presumably might come back at a certain point in time. Their big depth is really bad. It's going to be really, really destructive to the team. You know, you're going to see Jaren Jackson Jr. play a lot of center. The only problem there is Jaren Jackson Jr., one, doesn't rebound well, a thing he would have to do. He's a great defender, but he doesn't rebound well. And he can't stay on the court because he fouls everybody. He fouled out of a preseason game. And if he plays center, he's just going to foul a lot more. And it's going to be an issue because you really saw the Grizzlies form take a dip when they lost when they lost Brandon Clark last season, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Have you ever been injured before, like proper injured?
Yeah, I blew out a disc in my back last January.
Oh.
Yeah.
How?
At the gym. I was like,
that's why I
came in and I was like, I don't need to warm up. I'm just lifting today. I'm not doing anything crazy. Let's not warm up. Let's just cold. Let's just go into all types of workouts. And I was doing shoulder presses and I felt fine. And I went to bend down to get my stuff to move to another station and immediately pain. Searing electric pain. And and then I had to get out of the gym somehow while pretending not to be half paralyzed. So I like a Frankenstein man, walked out of the gym. It took me 20 minutes to get into my car. And then 3 days later, I had to go pick up my new puppy. So all the pictures of me with my beautiful dog, Donna, for the first 2 months that I had her is just me laying down on my back and on my side because I couldn't move. Have you ever been injured?
That sounds awful. I got injured, I think the twins were 3 years old, so that makes it, somewhere around 2010. I was still teaching at the time. I was coaching basketball, football, track at school, and it was during basketball season, and me and the other coaches, or two other coaches, we were playing pickup against the kids, and there was a loose ball, and I goofing around, I dove for the loose ball and got it. And then because I was goofing around, this other kid, maybe he's 5'9", probably 160 pounds or whatever. He also decided he was going to dive for it. And he just so happened to land right on the side of my knee.
Oh.
It hit it perfect. And so everything on the inside of the knee just snapped.
Oh.
It just pop, 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 pop. And I had never been hurt. I mean, I rolled an ankle or whatever, but I'd never been hurt before. And I felt it and was in a total panic and just jumped up immediately. And I was like, I'm fine. And then I went to take a step, and the inside of my knee felt like if you had a Ziploc bag with a bunch of nuts and bolts in it, just jangling around in there. And so it ended up tearing a bunch of stuff. They put me in this giant leg brace from my hip to my ankle. And then I had to go to school 2 days later with my thing on, wobbling around. And I saw the kid. He was super sweet. And he was like, "Coach, did I do that?" And with big, gigantic cartoon kitten eyeballs. And was sincerely, did I do that? And I was like, oh, I didn't want to tell him I'm hurt because of you. And I was like, no, I did this. It was a day later. It's fine. You're good. You didn't do anything. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks. And then I didn't want to tell him. But if he's listening now, his name is Jordan. Jordan, that was your fault. You're a grown man now. You're a grown man and now. You can hear it. But when you were 13, I did not want to tell you that that's what that was. It sucked. Sorry, Steven Adams.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Sorry.
At 30,
Next.
as a big to miss an entire year, I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back all the way.
And if it's Steven Adams who's hurt, like that's really, that's like the top level of hurt.
That's the top level because I don't think any kind of, I think you'd have to hit that guy with like a bazooka to really hurt him.
Next trophy. Step Brothers Catalina Wine Mixer Trophy. Give it out to the thing we're most excited about for the upcoming week. I'll tell you what I'm excited about, Jason.
Tell me.
Baskets.
Let's go!
Buckets. Jason. I'm very excited. Buckets, baskets, as in I'm excited to watch professional basketball players in the National Basketball Association go out there and get buckets. I just like to watch it.
I can't
And I'm
wait.
so excited to watch the ball go through the hoop in ways that we've never seen before. Oh my goodness. Here are the 5 previous scoring title winners,
Okay.
Jason. All right. These guys were the best at putting the ball in the hoop for the past 5 years. 2023 season, Joel Embiid. 2022 season, Joel Embiid. 2021 season, Steph. That was a fun one. 2020, James Harden. 2019, James Harden. And then here, James Harden also in 2018. That's a crazy 3-year stretch from him. Who's going to win it this year? Who's going to be the best at putting the ball in the basket?
Ooh, I am going to say, you know what? It feels like a reach, but I don't think it's a reach. I think Anthony Edwards. I think
yes.
Anthony Edwards has a shot. Joel,
Yeah.
listen, Joel, the Sixers.
Zuri, play some fireworks. Fireworks sounds, Zuri.
I think it's going to be Anthony Edwards. Dame's going to score less. I think the Bucks are going to be really good. He's going to score less. Giannis is going to score a little less. I think Luka Doncic has a chance to be up there still. Joel also.
He was second last year.
Yeah, also has a chance to be up there, and probably the Sixers need him to be up there. And Anthony Edwards was way down like 20th. But I feel like that guy's
24.6 last year is what he had.
I feel like that guy's due for a leap this season. And I'm excited for it.
Especially with Kat about to be soon traded to the Knicks.
Well,
It's going to
we'll
open up some shots. So we have Anthony Edwards. He averaged 24.6 points last year. I think SGA might be my pick. 31.4 points last year. You and I are very, very both high on the Thunder.
I love
think
SGA.
He
Underrated guy,
he could
too.
do it. Embiid, there's no chance. I think all of the Harden stuff, I think it just becomes too much. There's too much gravity on his shoulders now, pulling him down. Luka, 32.4 last year. He was second. Donovan, 28.3. I like SGA. That's who I'm going with. But I love that you're picking Anthony Edwards.
I almost picked SGA. Here's the reason I didn't. He recently was quoted in an interview.
I saw that.
Where they were what do you think about playing off the ball? He's like, well, I got to do it. Michael Jordan did it. How can I not do it? I wanted him to say, fuck that. Don't ever take the ball out of my hands. Josh Giddey, he can't even shoot. Who are you going to give it to? And so that knocked him down a little bit in my mind, but I think he's going to challenge for it as well. He's going to be right up there. He's really, really good.
I think that's a thing you say before the season starts, and then when the season
starts,
just
take every shot.
You know it's pretty awesome? Scoring 35 points a game is pretty awesome. Oh, goodness. Let's do the little trophies.
I can't wait. I'm excited for the little trophies.
These ones change each week. They're situation specific. They're for the smaller storylines that we want to mention, but we don't need to get all the way into. My first trophy is the Ben Stiller Do It trophy.
Come on, do it. Lay it on right here. Do it. Do it.
You know what I was going to do? I was going to do all Ben Stiller trophies for my little trophy section just because that clip made me laugh so much by changing my mind. Anyway, the Ben Stiller Do It trophy. I'm giving this to Amazon. Amazon, let it be known, hey, we might be wanting to do a Thursday night NFL thing, but for the NBA, like we want to own a day of the week the way that the NBA or the NFL owns Sunday. And their Thursday night football stuff is really, really good.
It is actually really
good. Like it's, it looks good.
Yeah.
It flows well. The announcers, the sideline reporters, all of that, like the whole package, it's really high level, high quality stuff. And if they're saying they want a day of the week, I say go get it. Do it, Amazon.
My first little trophy is the Ted Lasso I Believe in Communism, Communism trophy.
I believe in communism. Rom communism, that is.
To Joe Karl Marx Missoula, who said about the Celtics leadership situation, we have 17 captains. Here's the quote. We have 17 captains. Everyone's got a job to do. I hate giving captains because then it becomes about that one guy. And what happens if he doesn't show up that one night? That's right. No leaders on the Celtics, just 17 guys all having the same voice. I also love how this quote like kind of suggests that out of the 17 guys on the team, he doesn't have one who he can depend on like every game in, game out. Like, there's just always going to be one guy who's like taking the night off.
Jason Tatum is looking around like, what the hell is
what
going
am I?
on
Wait,
right
hold
now?
on a second. What?
How am I not mentioned here?
What?
My next little trophy. The Nino Brown "See Ya" and I Wouldn't Want to Be a trophy.
See ya, and I wouldn't want to be here.
I love New Jack City.
It's great. All time.
Do you love
it's
New Jack City?
All-time good movie.
Fucking Wesley Snipes is just electric in it. It's so good. Anyway, that trophy goes to Pascal Siakam, who I don't even know what this was from. I was just scrolling through Reddit and somebody posted on there, Pascal Siakam, Nino Brown, and I clicked play and he was recreating that scene where he was dangling someone off of a bridge. I don't want to know the context. Please, if you know Jason, don't tell me. If you're listening, don't tweet it to me or email it to me. I just feel like all I want to have in my head is every once in a while, Pascal Siakam will watch a movie and be like, I want to recreate that scene. And then he just does it. And it made me like him 40% more. And I already like him 75%. So I'm up to 115% on Pascal.
Damn.
Yeah.
Here's my second little trophy. It's the Taylor Swift "You Belong With Me" trophy.
You belong with me. You belong with me.
To Victor Oladipo. That's right. She wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts, she's cheer captain, and I'm Oladipo. Here's Victor Oladipo on the Instagram story recently, just basically saying, find your queen. He posted a picture of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift going crazy up in the box. Chiefs freaking smashed the Chargers this weekend. And here's the caption from Victor Oladipo. Quote, invest in someone that's going to make you greater. Not just in your craft, but in every way. We look at it like it's Taylor Swift. Yes, you're right for looking at it that way. But what about the things we don't see? It's not just her coming to the games, contributing to his success. It's a whole different mentality now. She's making him better and challenging him in more than one way. Have a queen that can rule with you, not just beside you. Hashtag just a different perspective. I love it.
He was really moved.
He's like, man, I need to be my Taylor Swift. Where's she at? I feel you. I love it.
I remember learning a couple of years ago that he could sing really well.
Yeah.
And being like, man, that's crazy to just be that talented at so many things. And he seems like a
He
nice
seems like a
person.
nice guy.
I don't know. I would like to hang out with Victor Oladipo.
Just listen to Taylor Swift and like cry.
Yeah, we could just talk about like what it's like to be in love, what it's like to find your queen. All right, my last little trophy, the Destiny's Child "Say My Name trophy.
Say my name. If no one is around you, say, baby, I love you.
That's a good ass
It's a
song.
really good song.
Before we get to the winner, my youngest son is in a full-on fight with one of his friends at school because he is pro Beyonce and the friend is pro Taylor Swift, and they're like warring against each other. Like I don't know how it started. I just know he came home and he was like, "Hey, I don't know if I could be friends with this person anymore." And I'm like, "Man, what happened at school?" And he was like, "She likes Taylor Swift." And I was like, "I mean, that's like Taylor Swift is a talented person. It's okay, right?" And he's like, "No, absolutely not. You have to pick one or the other." Wow. Like, all right. I don't know.
Leave me out of it.
And now he has an iPad, but he doesn't have an Apple ID because he doesn't have a phone or anything. So the iPad is connected to my Apple ID, which means when he sends a text on the phone, on the iPad, I get it on my phone as well. And so I can see the text messages he's sending back and forth with this person. And they are like, he's like, "Oh, Beyonce has this many Grammys. What about Taylor Swift?" Like they're arguing like that level of stuff. And it's really
the hardware case.
Future podcaster right there.
him a mic.
Shout out my boy.
Get him a Blue Yeti snowball mic for his birthday.
The Destiny's Child Say My Name trophy to the Denver Nuggets, who were not listed on the opening night NBA on TNT graphic.
The
like,
disrespect.
We're just not going to put the defending champs on there.
Disrespect.
I can't wait to watch. I hope that they run through the league this year. I hope that they're like all of these big splashy trades, Dame and Milwaukee, Drew Holiday to the Celtics. I hope the Lakers talking shit. We're just coming out and killing everybody. I hope that they do that. I really hope that they do that, except when they play the Spurs, not when they play Jokic versus Wemby. Whew, come on. Nope. I missed it again.
Well, you're going to be interested in my, there it is, my final little trophy. It's the Coach Tony D'Amato. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. Trophy.
We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me.
To Calvin Booth. Here's Calvin Booth in a recent piece on The Ringer by Kevin O'Connor. Here's Calvin Booth's quote. Our guys are tired. It's going to be hard to repeat. What? Calvin, come on, man. Now, to be fair to him, he does follow it up with, but if everything's optimized, we should win 3 or 4 titles, which kind of says, hey, ain't gonna be my fault. I put this shit together. But come on, man.
Let's clear it up real quick.
Let's clear this up real quick. If these guys will be lazy, then maybe we won't win. But the table is set. Okay? You can't come out right. I get it that it's probably true. Like, there's a championship hangover is a real thing. You can't come out. You can't come out and be like, man, I guys are beat down. I don't know.
Do you want the Nuggets to win again this year, or would you like to see somebody else?
I just want to have an entertaining season. I don't really have a favorite. It'd be fun to watch them win again, just because I think Joker's run through the playoffs last year was like he slayed every single dragon that he came across. It was was amazing. It was really cool to watch. And I think there's something really exciting about watching a great player just vanquish everybody. So in that sense, I'd like to see it again. But I really don't have any favorites. What about you?
I would like to see them do it again.
Okay.
I in part because I know it would make everybody who doesn't live in Denver so fucking mad. They'd be like, God damn it again. Like that's exactly what would happen if they did it. And because my beloved Spurs are not like on a championship track this season,
are they?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I want the most amount of basketball chaos, and Denver winning again, I think, would cause the most ripples across the sea.
It'd be fun. It would be fun.
That's it, Jason. We did it again.
We've done it again. I'm very excited. It's yet another wonderful episode. The sound clips are coming along. And I think that's the thing I'm most excited about.
Sorry, did you just applaud yourself again?
I did, yeah. Sorry, it's a hard job, and I'm just kind of proud of
myself. We close out every episode just by saying the names of underappreciated old basketball players with no context at all while the theme music carries us out. Zuri, will you play the theme music, please? I'm Shea Serrano. That's Jason Concepcion, producer Zuri in the shadows making the noises. See y'all next Wednesday. Lindsey Hunter.
Knicks legend, Nene.
Ooh, Nene. How about Hornets legend, Kelly Tripucka?
Ooh. Peja Drobniak.
I thought it was going Stojakovic. I'm glad you didn't. Chucky Atkins.
Bobby Jackson.
Matt Hartbrink.
Ooh. Terps legend, Juan Dixon.
Ooh. Let's keep the Latino first names going then. Carlos Arroyo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kerry Kittles.
Earl Watson.
Knicks legend Howard Isley.